we got a started, please.
Eddie, what a night, what an ending, what a goal from Will Asula. Can you sum up for us at all?
The goal?
Well, just
everything.
The night, yeah. And the goal.
Yeah, massive win for us. I think we needed it. We know we needed it. It's been a tough run for us in the Premier League. I think some of our performances haven't been too bad in recent games, but we've found a way to lose games when we maybe shouldn't have done. And today we've started the game really well, and then of course we get a red card, and there would have been an easy feeling for the lads to adopt that feel sorry for ourselves, here we go again. And that's the biggest compliment I can give the lads. They've really stood up in that second half, and they've all given more. They've all believed that we can win the game, and so a brilliant end to the game. It's one of the best emotions that I think I felt, and I'm sure a lot of people will say the same. But also, we haven't done that enough, and hopefully that's a goal that's replayed quite a bit, because I think Will deserves it.
Yeah, you talk about your emotions there. I wonder what was going through your mind as Will Asula was taking it down the touchline. You almost fell over. You're clicking into the 90th minute. Do you want him to go for the corner flag, or do you want him to go for a goal at that stage, given you're down to 10 men and have been for a long time?
I think the first thing I wanted to do was keep it in. There was a moment where I thought he's going to run out of grass and it's going to go out of play. So I think he does really well to keep it in. And then, no, I think in that moment, I'm not trying to be wise after the event, you sort of back Will's ability. That's one of his biggest strengths, running with the ball, his pace. I think the biggest thing is he's got such a long way to travel. He's got to try and not get fatigued in that last few steps when he's going to go to shoot, and he doesn't. And you've probably heard already, I mean, Will asked after training yesterday for 10 more balls. He wanted 10 more finishes, and a carbon copy of the goal he scored today, and he scored 8 out of 10. So thankfully I think that worked, and that's all credit to the player, because he wanted it. He wanted to do more before he went in, and I'm a great believer in do the work, you get the reward. I'm delighted for him personally.
And that second half, you won that second half with 10 men, the entire second half. I suppose that's the biggest compliment you can pay your side.
Yeah, because I thought you were excellent in the first half. I thought we were really good. That was us somewhere near our best level again. We were quicker with the ball today. We were combining well with each other. I think it was a really good feel about the team. But of course then sort of things unravelled. We scored, well, we had a man leave the pitch, we scored, we conceded, and then we got a big second half mentally to get ourselves back in the right frame of mind for. And we've got players that have run through brick walls for this football club, and they did so again tonight, and I can't praise them enough.
Thanks, Keith. George Colkin.
Can you please give us word for word what your instructions were to Will when he comes on in the 85th minute, if you can remember?
Wouldn't make much sense, because in that moment it's quite a stressful situation. So my words were, well, I'm not going to give you the whole, but basically we needed to be compact off the ball, and that's what we've done really well second half. The lines between our units were really good. We hadn't given them a lot of space to play through us. We'd forced them wide quite well, so we wanted to keep that while changing systems, so that's what we did. And then Will was the sort of the lone counter-attacker on his own. Now that's very difficult to do against any team, let alone, you know, the stage of the game that it was. And Manchester United were quite dominant at that stage with the ball. So he had one moment really to show his legs, and he did the rest.
And this has been an epic season, and it just feels like nothing comes easy, or nothing is coming easy for you. And this is like the season, that feeling of microcosm, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think we have that feeling ourselves, that everything's so hard to, any win is hard to get. Things sort of look like they're conspiring against us at times, and we've got to really stand up and fight for everything that we're getting. But yeah, it's one of those spells for us. A slightly different feel today, where, you know, we're indebted to Aaron to make a number of really good saves for us. I think they're pivotal moments in the game. But I thought the collective mentality to defend our goal was a lot stronger today. A lot of block shots, a lot of bodies on the line, a lot of sort of hallmark of us at our best when we're defending properly. So I thought that was a big step forward as well.
Thank you. We'll go to Ian, Kieran, and then Lee, please. Ian?
Eddie, sending off seemed a bit iffy to me. Don't know what you thought.
I thought very iffy, in my opinion. I don't think Jacob's gone down to simulate or mislead the referee in any way. I think he's maybe anticipating contact. It doesn't come, he loses his footing. I think you've got to be really careful before changing the game in that way like the referee did, and sort of ruined the game to a degree as a spectacle, although maybe not from our side at the end, because we got the result we wanted, but the game was very different, a lot slower. Yeah, I thought it was a poor decision personally.
From the summer that rule will change, VAR will be able to look at that. Is that longer overdue?
I think so, because I think it changes the game so much, and negatively in my opinion, when you see any numerical difference between teams, the game changes poorly for my opinion. There was less transitions, there was less, obviously we couldn't attack in the same way. So I think that would be useful.
Thanks, Ian. Kieran?
This fixture seems to bring something extra onto the team. Why do you think that is? What is it about?
I don't know. I think yes, you're right. Historically, that's always been the case. I think it's a great, one of the great fixtures in English football. I think just for tonight, it's an evening game for us. The crowd are brilliant for us tonight. That makes a huge difference. You know, the afternoon game, 3 o'clock against Everton, where the pitch is a bit slower, is a more difficult game for us. Crowd were huge. That plays its part. They lifted the players lifted the crowd. It was a two-way thing, and that ending, as I said earlier, just an amazing moment for everybody, because we haven't done it enough. We haven't scored enough late goals to win games. We've had the feeling the other way around. It's great to again get a good one for us today.
Thank you. It's Lee, Dom and Scott. Lee?
Eddie, we've talked about transfers that you can't do a lot, but Aaron Ramsdale is probably one you can do. You're in the box seat to sign. Was that a great example of what he can bring to this club longer term?
Yeah, I think with Aaron, we've signed a goalkeeper, of course, that we know and we've worked with before. But I think Aaron, when you compare Aaron now to the Aaron that signed for the club, I think he's done an incredible amount of work and training with the goalkeeper coaches. Huge amount, obviously a lot more than Nick. Nick's been playing. His training has been dramatically reduced, whereas Aaron's not been playing. So I think credit to Aaron and the goalkeeper coaches for the amount of work they've done, and Aaron's attitude to his work, I think, has been faultless. So he's been improving. His training performances have been really good, and in part that's why he got his moment today, because I've been hugely impressed by how he's working behind the scenes, how he's been around the club. He's top drawer, great person, and delighted for him that he gets that moment today to make those saves and really make the difference for the team.
Can you go on much longer without Kieran Trippier? Because obviously he's out of contract as well, but tonight that was immense from him.
It was, vintage Kieran, really. He was feeling cramp and feeling the effects of the speed of the game, as a number of our players were, and that's where you've got to remember he's playing every week. It's a tough physical challenge for someone who's 21, yet alone someone who's Kieran's age, and I thought he was magnificent for us today. Not just in how he played, but his experience, his game management, his know-how, his little things that people might not see. His experience is invaluable to us, so big congratulations to him.
Thanks, Lee. Dom?
Will assume that's statistically the fastest striker in the Premier League. There were some pundits who said maybe he needs to slow things down, not be so 100 mile an hour. After what he did tonight, what would you say to that?
It's a difficult one, because he is a player that sort of plays that way. Again, I don't know if you can take people's natural game away from them. I think you turn them into a player that's not as effective. There are moments, of course, where you maybe want him to be calmer in certain moments, but that's all part of his development. He'll learn that as he gets older. He wants to score in every moment with every touch, which is a great thing. I don't want to change that from him. He's very keen to impress. He wants to show everybody how good he is. Again, I wouldn't change that in him. I just think it's a natural process of improvement. I think fundamentally the most important thing is he wants to do it and he wants to do the work, and as I said, he's been, probably when he's been fit, he's been one of the hardest working members of the squad this year.
Blow being without Jacob Ramsey for the weekend, Sandro Tonali came off at the end. Is he okay?
I think it was just cramped with Sandro. Again, another player that's playing every week, who's executing everything. We've got a lot of players that are maxed out. We've got to be careful. We've got to manage the squad. We've got so many big games to come. So, and we don't have a deep squad. So, yeah, interesting squad selection and decisions for the weekend.
Thanks, Dom. I'll go to Scott and Martin, please. Scott?
Lots of different players we can talk about. Anyone again tonight, Jordan, and just kind of really setting the tone and being the heartbeat of everything that you did. He gives you so much, doesn't he? As a leader and as a kind of talisman for everyone else to run behind when he plays like that.
Yeah, when he plays like that, he's almost like two players. He's an incredible player. when he's fit and at his best. And again, he's a player that we've lost recently, and we've got to be really careful we don't lose him again. I mean, I'm probably executed more game time for him than maybe I wanted to, but he's so important to the team. We need him at that kind of level, which takes a lot to get a player into that level and try and keep him there. So fingers crossed he can stay fit and continue in the manner that he's played the last few games.
Martin?
Eddie, just in the first half injury time, did you see where all those minutes came?
No, I was thinking the referee was going to blow probably 3-4 minutes earlier than he did. I think when we were going through one counter attack, I'm thinking don't blow, let the game go on, and then they come back the other end. I'm thinking, come on, that's got to be time, and it wasn't. So yeah, tough moment for us to concede right on half time, and again that's where the red card, the goal conceded, players at half time did really well, I have to say. To stay mentally present and just put that behind them and then concentrate on the second half, I thought was excellent.
Could you use that as a sense of adjustment as half time, and you have to calm the players down?
No, I think it's just a case of resetting that. I don't think necessarily it's worth talking about that with the players. I think it's about, right, what we're going to do, how we're going to play in the second half. We made a tactical change, we made a substitution. We felt we needed a little bit more solidity in the middle of the pitch, while still trying to give them a threat with two strikers, so we changed what we did. I thought the guys executed it really well.
Any more? No. Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
Friday. Cheers.
Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot.